Hey everybody, it's Dave. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, we're here in our Joomla 3.0 installation that we did last episode, and we're going to look at two things right now. First, we're going to look at the global configuration and some of the things that you might change or might need to change, some of the things that I do. And also we're going to look at getting our first article, first page published, which in Joomla, obviously it's called an article. So we're going to look at that. All right. And first thing, we're going to go to System, Global Configuration. Look at the settings here. The two things that I focus on when I start a site is to use URL rewriting and search engine friendly URLs. Since I'm hosting this and developing this on a Windows machine using XAMPP server, htaccess doesn't work correctly because you can't name it a file without an extension because that's just the way Windows works. So when you set up your own site on a web server, you'll want to select yes and then use FTP and rename htaccess.txt to .htaccess with no file extension, right? And that will get your URLs correctly working. The other thing I do on the server tab is I don't like using localhost sendmail. I just never have. So what I do is I use Google Apps for my email, so I set up an account and then I use that account to send messages, to send email from the site through Gmail's SMTP servers. Okay, so there's the configurations here. You change the mailer to SMTP, list your from email and your from name. In this case, we're just going to use Joomla tutorials. You leave the send mail path alone. You select yes for authentication, yes for SMTP security. You want SSL or TLS. If you use SSL, it's port 465. If you use TLS, it's port 587. I've always used SSL 465. Gmail, their username is always your email address, your password for your email address, and then your SMTP host is smtp.gmail.com. All right, so we'll go ahead and save and close those. And then the other, whoops. None. There we go. So that doesn't keep bothering me. Now the other thing to take into account is when you enable or when you set up a Gmail account, you need to go into the plugin manager and enable Gmail authentication by making sure that this is a green check. All right. So now let's move on to an article. First off, you have to have categories for your articles to sit in, or you could theoretically leave them uncategorized, but that doesn't leave for a very nice site. So in this case, I took the uncategorized category and renamed it news. All right. So and the alias is site news. All right. So now that we have a category, we can create some content. We can create some articles inside that category. All right. And so we'll go ahead and click new for a new article. We'll make sure that we're selected the news category. As we progress, there'll be more categories. You'll have an option of selecting them from there. All right. And say we just wanted to do an article on physics. All right. Give it a title. And we'll go ahead and grab some lorem ipsum. All right. And we'll go ahead and save. Actually, we'll save and close. Now that we have an article, we're going to need to put that article in the menu system so that people can visit it from wherever they are in the site. So we go to menus, main menu, new, and we're going to select the menu item type. It's going to be articles and single article, for this case anyway. We're going to select the article that we want. We'll call it physics. We'll use the same title for the menu item. Down here you have the option of putting it where you want it to fall under. If we want it next to home or on the same level as home, we'll leave that home, or we'll leave it menu item root. If we wanted it underneath home or as a submenu of home, we would select home as the parent item, excuse me. All right, so we'll leave it as menu item root for now, and I'll show you how to nest those items later. All right, so we'll go save and close. Go back to the home page and refresh, and there's our physics article. Okay. Now, there's some options up here which all can be toggled off by the publishing options. Since you are by default, the default Joomla template will give you the option of print and email as well. Those are options that are configured either globally or you can configure them per article. Okay, so we'll go back to the article manager. We'll open up that article again. And I'll show you what I mean. Article options. Right now, the title is being shown. You can hide it or use the global settings, or you can hide it or show it. And there's quite a few in here, so I'm not going to go through them all. But we'll go ahead and hide the number of hits, hide the email and the print icon, and we'll call that a day. All right, and publishing options, these are fine for as they are. And we'll go ahead and save and close, and we'll refresh. Oh, they're being overridden on the menu. So we'll go back to the menu, main menu, this option, advanced option, hide, show hits, hide, hide these, and there you go. The hits are gone, as is the print and email icons. Okay, so the global options for all of this. Global configuration. Actually, I take that back. It's under here. So these are your global options. If you want to show title to hide most of them, which is not a bad idea because usually you can generate an H1 tag inside your article. You don't want to. You may or may not want them linked. I like the idea of showing intro text and read more. Position of article info above it. You can put below or split. Show category, yes. Link category, yes. If you link category and then you click on the category, you'll get a listing of the articles that all have that category, which is a nice feature. Gives you another page really without having to do much to it. Show author. Let's hide the author. We don't want to link the author. So we've got some options there. All right, and obviously we got rid of the author there as well. So now let's go back and take another look at the content. And let's talk about adding an image. And this is a real easy way to kind of dress up an article. Click on the beginning where you want to insert the image and click the image button. Now if you have something you want to choose from your computer and upload, if it's not already here listed, you would do that here. Select your file and then start upload. All right, I already have one there. So we're going to highlight the image, click it, and click insert. Obviously that's just way too big. So we're going to bring up the image properties by highlighting the image and clicking the image icon. And we're going to set it as left alignment, 15 horizontal space, which will give us a 15 pixel padding on the left and the right of the image. And we'll give it a 2 pixel border, and we'll give it dimensions of 200 width, and that'll automatically resize the height on it. There we go. So we'll hit save, and we'll refresh and take a look at it, and there we go. So that's it. That's some basics on getting some content going and taking a look at some of the global configuration options. And stay tuned for the next one. We'll go over plugins and modules, and also how to get things uninstalled even if you, after you've installed them if you aren't happy with them. So that's it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.